say, if you don't know Sage Robbins, like I am lucky to, let me tell you something about her. She will, like, sometimes we'll be at a seminar, at a crowded conference, in an airport, at a soccer game, driving at a red light. And I'll be talking to her, and then I'll look over, like mid-sentence, and her eyes are closed. And now I've come to realize, like, she's not sleeping. She's not narcoleptic. She is meditating. And she'll, like, just be sitting there, eyes closed, kind of like, you know, warm smile on her face. And I'm like, she's just catching this moment. This is what. So what I love about that, and what you have taught me already, is that you can do this anywhere.
Yes.
You don't have to be on a tasseled rug.
No.
On a nice pillow. And I'm learning that from you. So when people are like, this present moment, you could do it right now. Whatever you're doing right now, you could. And I also like how you mentioned before, like, it's whatever sounds that you hear. Like, sometimes I am neurotic enough that I'll hear a sound, and I'll be like, oh, that's distracted me. I can't focus on my breath if I hear that neighbor's dog barking. And it's like, okay, just that's what life is giving you right now.
Yes.
Go with the neighbor's dog barking. Go with your dog barking, whatever it is. This is it. Go into it.
Yes.
And notice where your mind goes, and see what thoughts come up then. So I think theoretically I'm getting closer to an understanding. And then at the same time, it's like you said, it's not something you do. It's not something you achieve. It's not something you understand. It's like this, I don't know. What is it?
Well, I think it's something that we are. And I think there's a remembrance through this process of life for us all. You know, I think there's an unlearning and a remembrance. And it's like, even just earlier, just maybe a few moments ago, I heard a phone alarm go off. And it's like, well, that's part of this experience right now.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
The smoke on this candle here, it's getting a little wily. That's part of our experience right now. You know, if I think it shouldn't be happening, then I'm crazy. I'm suffering. You know, I think, you know, the gift of meditation, the gift of mindfulness, you know, I don't know if it's, I think it's coming experientially, it's coming back to more of our nature. And that's more beingness, you know, and, you know, trust me, we've lived an incredibly full life. There's been a lot of doing. And, you know, have experienced a lot of beautiful things in this life. And yet the states of beingness, and what I mean by that is, it's not like when we're doing something, it's just being here now, and noticing and appreciating, or just experiencing what this moment offers. I think rather than this moment should look different than what it is, that's when we miss the moment. And I think that that's part of a lot of, you know, the mind chatter was experiencing just, it's like, if you close your eyes and you're willing to just, you know, for 2 minutes, for 3 minutes, experience what you experience, and not have an expectation, then whatever you hear, whoever knocks on the door, you know, whatever thought arises and falls, it's just part of this orchestra of life that's happening, part of like the clouds coming, the sun going behind the clouds. It's like, it's perfect. It's just this harmonious experience, but it's not harmonious when, you know, we believe the thought that it should look different than what is here now. That's that is probably the most accurate way that I can describe meditation. It's allowing, I don't even know if it's allowing, it's just appreciating, accepting. You can put any word of those, or just simply, probably even more accurately, just watching or observing, you know, what is here in this moment.
You sit there and you close your eyes and you stay focused and you don't fall asleep.
Well, you know, focus seems, once again, so like to focus. I don't know, maybe I'm projecting right now, but that feels like there's effort in that. I think, you know, watching feels more sincere, because as you watch whatever comes. Does that make sense?
Noticing, observing, witness consciousness.
That's okay. Accurate. And I think that, you know, a lot of times, here, I'll tell you one other thing that was a miss for me. When I first started meditation, I had this expectation or want. It's like, gosh, like, my mind is going to stop, or there's like this awakening. You hear about people having an awakening experience or an enlightenment experience, and everything was like out here, that felt like this result or this chase.
Yes, that's what I want.
Yes, or this chase of this something that was here. But as I was wanting this thing out here, I was missing what was happening here. And that's the seduction. That's maybe a bit of the illusion, because it's my experience that we wake up here now in this moment, And I think there's so many practices, like there's so many people from different that, are listening right now that are from different cultures or different paths of life and different experiences. And that's the beautiful gift of this human experience is there's so many choices and paths home. Within inside of ourselves. And, as we walk this path, I think we recognize that, we've never really left home. It's just a realization that, this is the awakening. This is the gift. This is meditation, Mary B, right here, right now. This is us living our lives, and appreciating and being present to this moment. Doesn't get more beautiful than that. Until the next moment. I want to mention one more thing. If you're agnostic, if you're atheist, if you're a believer, what's so incredible about this is it's really irrelevant. You can still have a practice of meditation.
No matter what religion. I'm glad you're
no matter
hitting on
what
this because
religion.
That was another question that came in on social media too, and I don't want to miss it. Someone wrote, isn't meditation Hindu and transcendental meditation, TM, you're given a Hindu holy word? I feel it goes against my Christianity. Can you speak to that? I want you to answer that because as someone who grew up in a house where my parents' first question was often, is that against the church? I can relate. And I don't believe it is, but I would love to know how you would address that.
Once again, I think if meditation is about coming back to this moment, if it's about, experiencing what's inside of you, what's inside of us is, it's a miracle. If we're a believer, then you believe that the Creator created us. So if it's tuning into that miracle, I think that's complementary. I almost look at like if your prayer, it's like a filling up, and meditation could be considered as an emptying out. That's overly simplistic, and that's not, completely accurate. But it's something that I have related to. And so I feel like the two go hand in hand in such a beautiful and meaningful way.